What's up, guys? Welcome to our channel. If you're new here, I'm Jimmy.
And I'm Ta.
And we just finished up a month of traveling in the Philippines. We stayed a month in Dumaguete. So today we're going to talk about the cost of living and the things you can expect when traveling and living and staying in Dumaguete.
So basically, if you have no idea where is Dumaguete, Dumaguete is one city in Negros Oriental part in the southern island. And geographically, Dumaguete is one of the best spots in our opinion when we did the research in terms of where to stay, because Dumaguete allow us to travel to so many
different islands,
to so many places, in which we will tell you guys later where we went and how much we spent on the island.
Yeah, another side note on that, when you do research on different cities in the Philippines and where you would like to stay and things, for us being budget travelers, we wanted to be able to reach as many spots in the southern part of the Philippines as we could, whereas here you could just ferry out. So a couple of places we went was Apple Island.
Apple Island is famous for swimming with the sea turtle.
With the sea turtles, yeah.
Yes, and we went to Cebu.
Cebu, we went actually twice. There's a lot to do in Cebu, so you can make like 2 full trips out of it. We also went to Siquijor. We went to Siquijor, which is the island of witchcraft and healing. That was really cool. It was a really small island.
We did a lot of adventurous activity in Siquijor actually.
Yeah. So for our traveling, and we put that in our entertainment costs, but first we're going to talk about our fixed costs.
Yeah.
So for fixed costs, we had, the apartment, the internet, and the motorbike for transportation. I kind of worked out a deal with the lady that owned the apartment. That was how we received the apartment for free. We received the apartment, utilities, and motorbike for free. But if you weren't to do that, the apartment we found was about 14,000 pesos.
But that also comes with the utilities and the internet.
Yeah, that's with utilities and internet. And then the motorbike was 4,000 pesos. So those are your main expenses when traveling, is your accommodations, and transportation.
We stay at one city for 1 month, like long-term traveling to each city, because that can save our apartment and
saves a lot of money.
Cost. Yes. So move on to the variable cost.
Your entertainment and your food.
Yeah, food, drink, and entertainment. Something that the price can be varied, depends on place to place.
Yeah, so we cooked a lot. We saved a lot of money by cooking at home. So we went to the supermarket a bunch of times.
Yeah, it's called Lee Hypermarket.
Yeah, that's what it is.
We went to Lee Hypermarket sometimes. During the first week, we went to Top Supermarket in Dumaguete, but then we found out later that Lee Supermarket or Lee Hypermarket is cheaper. So that's why we most of the time go to Lee Supermarket. And how often we go to the supermarket is we go to the supermarket
about twice a week.
Yeah, exactly. And most of the time when we go there, we buy like potatoes. One pack of potatoes,
meat,
chicken meat, and then cabbage. Vegetable include cabbage, chili, because I love chili so much that I have to have a pack of chili everywhere I go.
So the total cost for that
noodle, dozen of eggs, onion, ginger, and some yogurt drink, and total cost of that
was 9,777 pesos for the month.
Sometimes we also eat out from time to time when we are lazy to cook, or when it is like when we go out traveling or sightseeing.
Yeah, we can't be home.
Yeah, we just eat out. So when we eat out,
it's normally about 60 pesos per person per meal.
That is when we eat at a very, very local place.
Yeah.
So most of the time, the food that we found along the road is the food that they cook it already and they put it in the pot. So they have so many kind of Filipino food.
Yeah, like
sisig. That is what we order all the time. Sisig. And also another thing is lechon.
Yeah, lechon is about 60 pesos per person. You get rice, and the pork
Sometimes we go to the mall and eat that, like the famous inasan, like chicken barbecue, and that costs about 90 to 150 peso.
per person.
Yeah, and there is the restaurant nearby the beach. Sometimes we go there. That would be more expensive.
That's definitely more expensive.
Yeah, about 150 peso to 300 or 400 peso, depends. And then for the drink,
I don't know, drinks, we didn't really drink that much.
Yeah.
We don't really drink like at all. We try and cut down on drinking
alcohol.
and things like that.
When we went to the Dumegadi, I think we drink about twice. We drink only twice.
Yeah.
When we met like some friend on the trip. And
But
then we
max 400 pesos.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Beer in Philippines is actually really cheap.
Yeah, it's really, really
Red
cheap.
Horse, our favorite. Strong and cheap. Okay. But so then sometime we go to the small burger place. Jimmy love burger.
Yeah, so you can get like really, really cheap burgers for like 30 pesos and it's like buy one, get one. Now these aren't like the greatest burgers in the world, but these are like your Filipino local spots where you can get like the minute burger or like things like that. So still really quick,
Yeah.
really cheap.
Fast food in Philippines can be about, on average, when we go to Jollibee
Or McDonald's or things like
spend
that.
about 200 per person.
If you go to the large name places for fast food, it's pretty expensive. So for island hopping, those were certain costs that came into that. There was the ferry rides, food, snorkeling equipment, and like when we went to Apple Island, there was like an island fee where you had to pay 100 pesos to get on the island.
That is for maintaining
It's for the
island.
Yeah, to put money back into the island.
Yeah.
So like when you go to like Cebu and things like that, you don't have to pay that.
Yeah.
So that totaled us about 3,344 pesos for total of ferry rides, island fees, snorkeling, and like the activities we did there. Like,
And yeah, that include the trip of Apple Island trip, Cebu twice,
Singapore,
and
that's it.
that's it. But for Cebu, it's like including swimming with whale shark. The first time we went to swim with whale shark
And then we
hop
went
around the
and,
waterfall.
Yeah, and then when we went to swim with the
Sardine for the second
Sardines.
time. So besides hopping around the nearby island, we also do sightseeing and hop around.
Negros Oriental.
Yeah, so each waterfall, basically the cost on average to enter the waterfall is pretty cheap. It's about 20, some waterfalls 20 pesos, some of them is 50 pesos.
Yeah, never really got more than 60 pesos. 60
Yeah.
pesos was about the highest, and that was like the really, really local waterfalls.
Yeah, that is what we paid when we went to Cebu. However, there is one lake really, really well known. Everywhere we go and we speak with the local, all of them recommend us to go to Balin Sasayao place. And there it's pretty expensive. I mean, more expensive than getting into the waterfall. It costs at 100 peso per person.
Well, that's mainly because you have to pay, it's like a national park in a sense. So you pay for parking, you pay 20 pesos for parking, and then you pay 100 pesos to get in. So it's a beautiful ride though. It's definitely worth, once you get up there and get to spend time at the lakes, it's definitely worth it.
Yeah. Talking about gas in Dumaguete in Philippines is pretty cheap as well.
Yeah.
Every time we go out, we
normally spend about 100 pesos max, like 80 to 100 pesos to fill up the motorbike, and that lasts us a long time.
Yeah, about 2 days, 3 days.
About 2-3 days of like really, really driving. It's very, very reasonable. We definitely stayed under budget while traveling the Philippines. Getting the free apartment and motorbike definitely helped us because all of our camera gear broke like the first day we were there.
Yeah.
So all the money we saved for the apartment went right back into getting our camera gear back up. You know, Dumaguete is a very small part of Negros Oriental, but it's a very, the people are super friendly, like all over the Philippines. Apartments are cheaper than most places in like Cebu City and in Cebu, so you get the best of both worlds being at in Dumaguete. So that's kind of why we picked it.
it got a nickname as the city of
Gentle people.
And we prove it true.
It's definitely
I
true.
think we speak about it in every of our video, every single of them, because everywhere we go, we always meet a lot of good Filipinos.
Guys, if you guys have any other questions, feel free to leave a comment below. Let us know if you want to know any specifics on certain locations. We can help you out with the costs on certain locations and certain islands. If you get to the question soon, we might even be able to tell you when the ferries leave.
What about a hit of your love? Start to shake with your hand. Will it ever click? Will it ever click? Are you a freak? You turn and face me. Maybe this time I'll choose. What about a hit